Yeah, hello, greetings to you all. You're welcome to my channel. This is Net Solution. And this video tutorial, I'll be fully explaining the time calculator. Okay, I'll be fully explaining the time calculator on free code camp. That is the scientific computing with Python. Okay, I'll be fully explaining it on how you will understand it and then be able to do your own project. Now follow me to my system, and I want you to keep your system ready and also be ready to understand and learn. Okay, let's move on to my system. Here my system, this is scientific computing with Python. Okay, and here are the projects. I have written all their projects. Here is it. I've written all their projects, and then I've gone through all their courses and passed a lot of them. Now I'm writing their projects. Here in their projects, I've done the arithmetic formatter. In case you haven't seen the arithmetic formatter, you can go to the description of this video. That's the description. You will see a link. There you can get the video for the arithmetic formatter. There I've taught how to do that. Okay, now I want to do the time calculator. The time calculator. Okay. Now on the time calculator, here are the instructions. It says write a function named add time that takes a two required parameters and one optional parameter. Okay, two required parameter and one optional parameters. Okay, now here it says a start time in the 12-hour clock format ending in AM or PM. Then a duration time that indicates the number of hours and minutes. Okay, then here this says optional. This is optional. Okay, this is optional in case if it's come up or if it didn't. So a starting day of the week. The two most compulsory is the start time and the duration time. Then the other one that is optional is the day which is started. Okay, now let us dive into the uh to the code. You see here the function should add the duration time and the start time and return the result. If the result will be the next day, it should show next day after the time. If the result will be more than 1 day later, it should show n days later after the time, where n is the number of days. Okay, just go through your questions, then come up. Let's write the code. Okay, here on my replit, remember you have to click here. Remember you have to click here to direct you to the replit. Okay, just click there. Here are the examples of what they want your code to look like, the answer they want to get from you through your code. Okay, now here on my replit, I've written the function def add time. Remember they said we should write a function named def add time. Name add time. Okay, in default they will add this in default. Now on the this is a function def add time. Now this function takes three parameters, but two main parameters. Then the third one is optional, which is the day. The first one is the start time, the time it started, and then the duration, how it lasted, and then the start day, the day. Okay, now but the day is set as none in case this is default value. This is in default, the day in default is none. In default, okay, is none. Then if it occurs, then the none will not function. Okay, if at all the day was added, the none here will not function. It will make use of the day that was added. But if the day is not added, it just starts and then duration, then in default the day is said to be none, then it will go with the default value, which is none. Okay, please do not rush. I want to explain every code, everything that happens here. I want to explain all so you understand it. It's not all about giving you code. Giving you code is not the matter. After giving you code, you press it and pass, but you don't know what you did. Okay, that's why I want to take out my time to explain this more. Okay, now let us dive in again. Here we say start time, comma, period equals to start dot split. Okay, start time, comma, period equals to start dot split. What happened here is that the start time and the period is set to start. Okay, is assigned, is set to start. Okay, that is under this start, we want to extract the start time and the period. okay, they are set to start. Okay, something like this, something like this. Okay, I should paste it. This is the start time. Start time is equals to start. Okay, then this is the period. Period is equal to start. This is what that means. Okay, this is what that means. The start time is equals to start, and the start period is equals to start. Okay, but to write it this way, it may consume a lot of space. So using the comma, using the comma, using the comma there stands as a separator to separate the start time and the period. Then the both are equals to start. Then start dot split. Okay, start dot split dot split. Okay, what this does is that the start is splits the start, okay, with space. There's no nothing is inputted here, nothing is inputted here, which means you just separate them wherever you see space. Separate the time and the period, separate the both of them with space. That is what is happening here, because no value is inputted here, so it will separate them with space. And because this is the start time and this is the period, remember the period is either the AM or the PM. Okay, that is the period, AM or PM. So it separates them with space. Start the split. You split the first value. Once you see space, you split them into two. And once you split them into two, you save the first part on the start time, because that is the first one. Okay, on the start time. Okay, then the second part of it on the period, which is the AM. Okay, that is what happened there. You save the time on start time and the period, which is the AM, on the second one. Okay, that is what happened here. Now the next step, it extracts the hour, start hour, and then start minutes is equals to map in bracket int start time dot split. Okay, this here, this thing here, what this does is that the start hour is the same thing here. We extracted the start time and the period from the start. Okay, from the start. Now here we extract the start hour and then start minutes from start time. Okay, which is the start time which we extracted from here. Remember, here on this start time we have two we have the hour and the minutes there. We have the hour and we also have the minutes there. Okay, what happens there is that something like 12:40. Okay, 12:40. This 12:40 here stands as the 12:40 p.m. Okay, the 12:40 p.m. was initially set, but now it has been separated. Okay, it has been separated using this has separated them, the start time and the start period, using the split function. The split function separated the both of them and then save here to be the start time. Save here to be the start time and then here to be the period. Okay, this is what happened earlier there, the start time and the period. Okay, let me just zoom this in a bit. I have to zoom this in a bit. Okay, hope you can now see it clearly. Or should I zoom more? Okay, I hope it's now a bit clearly. So this function here, what it does was to split the start time and the start period. Let's assume the start time was uh 12:40 p.m. That was the initial time, 12:40 p.m. Let's assume that was the time. And then the start dot split. That was what was stored on the start. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. Let me make this thing more. This is what happened there. The start, let's assume it was assigned to be 12:40 p.m. That was the value that was assigned on start. Okay, 12:40 p.m. is on start. Now we did start time and then period is equal to start, which is this dot split with empty space, with empty. Okay, the empty means split these two values where there is an empty space. Okay, there's nothing like space here, everywhere is occupied, but there's space here. Okay, there's space here. Once it sees space, it splits the both of them. Now once it splits the both of them, it takes this to the first one, which is this. Okay, it stores this here and then store this here. Okay, now this one is assigned to start time and this is assigned to period. Now start time has this value and period has this value, or this, depending what is here. Okay, depending what is here, either this or this. So period take either of this and start time take this. Okay, now on the other side, which is the start hour, what happened here is that what happened here is that start hour, comma, start minutes equals to map int start time. Okay, now the start hour and the start minutes, the same thing that happened here occurs here. Then they are assigned to start time dot split. Okay, now start time dot split will split wherever it sees this, wherever this occurs, these two column, wherever it sees column, break them, break it. If you see column, break it into two, store the first one here and store the second one here. That is what happened on the column. Okay, now here is the start time, there's column here, so which means it will break the two of them, store this one on the first one and then store this on the second one. Why this stands as the hour and this stands as the minutes. Okay, now it stores the 12, this 12, it stores it here, and then the 40, it stores it here. So the 12 starts as the start hour and the 40 stands as the start minutes. Now the map here is used to convert whatsoever that was gotten here into an integer. Okay, remember this is a string, remember this is a string, this is a string. Now using this map, it will convert both the start time and the start minute, the start hour and the start minutes into an integer. After the iterators, once the value was brought out, it changed them to integer by the value of this. You can also do it without using the map, which means you have to write it in the two lines of code. You have to take this, the start hour, and then add dot int to convert it, and also check the start minutes, add dot int to convert it. But using this one, it just converts every of the output into an integer. That is what just happened here. And then now we have 12 on the start hour and 40 on the start minutes. Okay, and that is bygone. Now we have gotten the start time and we have gotten the time. The time was what we have been setting since. We have gotten the time, and we have separated the time. We have separated the period, which is the AM and the PM, and we have separated the minutes. We have saved the hour here and saved the minutes here, and then save the AM or PM here. Okay, we have gotten the hour, we have gotten the minutes, and we have gotten the period, which is something like this. This is the hour, this is the minutes, and this is the PM. Okay, that is it. Now we come here and say if period is equals to PM, then start hour plus or equals to 12. Okay, what's happened here? We are checking if the period is equals to PM. Okay, if it is PM, add 12 to the start hour. Add 12 to the start hour. Okay, to convert it to 24-hour format. Hope you understand. If it is PM, add 12, because before we enter PM during the day, it must be from 12 o'clock. Okay, from 12 o'clock, definitely 12 hours must have passed. Okay, 12 hours must have passed for us to enter PM. So whatsoever that is the start hour, add 12 on top of it. If at all the start hour is 00, then it should be 12 hours. If the start hour should be maybe 2 hours, the time started at 2 hours and it is PM. So add 12 to the 2, which is 14 hours. Okay, which is 14 hours. Okay, something like what we did here. This is the start time. The start time is 12:40. Okay, this is the start hour. The start time is 12:40, and then the 12:40 has been splitted using this command. It has been splitted into 2. The 12 should be on the hour and the 40 should be on the minutes. Okay, which is something like this. Which is something like this. Okay, the hour is 12 and the minutes is 40. Although the hour should be on top before this one, but it doesn't matter. Okay, now the hour is 12 and the minutes is 40. So if period is equals to 12 PM, now start hour should add 12 on it. Start hour plus or equals to 12. So the start hour initially was 12. Because it is PM, we should add plus 12 to it. Okay, we should be equals to 24. Okay, we should be equals to 24 hours. Okay, that's what's happened. And what if the start hour is AM? If it is AM, just leave it like that. It should be only 12. Okay, hope you understand that it should be only 12 if it is AM. Now that is what happened here. If period is equals to PM, start hour plus or equals to 12, which means add 12 hours on top of it to make it PM, because once it is PM in 24 hours, 12 hours must have passed before it enters PM. Okay, so just do that. Now here, the total minutes is equal to start hour times 60 plus start minutes plus duration hour times 60 plus duration minutes. Okay, what's happened here is that first, the total minutes, we want to get the total minutes. Okay, we want to get the total minutes on the time. Now to get the total minutes, we have to check the start hour. The hour is started. Okay, now we times the hour by 60. We times the hour by 60, which is if the hour is 1, if it was initially 1 hour, so 1 hour times 60. So 1 times 60 should give you 60. Okay, 1 times 60 should give you 60. Okay, means the minutes in 1 hour is 60 minutes. Remember, we have 60 minutes in an hour. So the minutes there is 60 minutes in 1 hour. So because it is 60 minutes, we have to, that is why we are using times here. That's why we are using times here. The start hour times 60. No matter what is the hour, we want to get the minutes in an hour. The total minutes in 1 hour, in an hour. We want to get it. So to get it, we take that hour and times it by 60. Okay, now here we have, initially we set this to be 12 hours, so this should be, we want to extract the minutes in this. Now this should be 12 times 60. Okay, 12 times 60, that is what it should be to give you the total minutes of it. Okay, let's be doing it. 12, which is the 12 hours, we want to get the total minutes. The 12 hours times, where's my times? Don't worry. The 12 hours times 60. Okay, sorry, here is it. 12 times 60 should give you 720 minutes. Okay, now the total minutes in 12 hours is 720 minutes. Okay, that is what happened there. We are taking, we want to get the total minutes. To get the total minutes, we first take the hour, then times it by 60 to get the total minutes in in an hour. Then we plus the remaining minutes to it to get the total time. Okay, to get the total time in a minute, you get the, we want to get total minutes. To get the total minutes, we take the total hour and the total minutes, add them together, and then get the total minutes. Okay, now to get the total minutes of this, let's just take it like that. Total minutes, to get the total minutes, first we take the hour, which is 12, is this 12 hour, we take this hour, which is 12, times 60. Then once we times the 60, we get 720, right? We get 720. Now if you times this, we get 720. Now the total minutes, we get 720 in an hour. The total hour in 12 hours, the total minutes in 12 hours is 720. Now to get the minutes, to add it by the minutes, now we say 720 plus the minutes, the total minutes. Remember what happened here. Total minutes is equal to start hour times 60 plus start minutes. Okay, plus start minutes, which is the start minutes is started. The start minutes should be, the start minutes, remember we said the start minutes to be 40. Here is it, start minutes is 40, then plus 40. We have to use plus and not times because this one you have gotten the minutes already. This is 720 minutes, then 720 minutes plus 40 minutes should give you add plus 40 minutes plus 40 is equals to 760 minutes. So here we got equals to 760 minutes. Now, after we must have gotten this, then we check the duration plus duration hour times 60 plus duration minutes. The same thing applicable here. That is what you are going to do here. So the duration hour, the total hour it takes where it ended, something like this is the start time, and then this is the duration. Okay, it returned this in duration. Okay, this is the duration 7 3 10. So the same thing you did here, this is the hour and this is the minutes in duration. Okay, so it is the same thing here. The duration hour times it by 60, then whatever it gives you, you plus it by the duration minutes, the remaining minutes. The same thing we did here is what we are going to do here. Okay, now if we go down, the next we add new hour. okay, equals to total minutes divided by 60. We want to get the new hour. Okay, after we must have gotten the total minutes. Now we want to get the new hour. New hour is equal to total minutes divided by 60. Then percent 24. New minutes equals to total minutes divided by, sorry, percent 60. Okay. Now total means double stroke here means return an integer and not a float. There should not be a remainder. Okay, there should not be a remainder. Just return uh, an integer. That's what happened here. And the whatever you return should not pass 24 because you are looking for hour. We don't want to pass 24 hours because it is a clock. And why we need this percent 24 is because if the total minute should be 1500, 1500 automatically will give you 25 hours, and we don't have 25 hours in clock. So what we do here, we use this percent modular 24, okay, to end it at 24, then store the 60 seconds that remains. Okay, now here we say new minutes equals to total minutes modular percent 60. Okay, now this percent 60 means it should not pass 60. The total minutes should not pass 60, so it will end there. What happens here is that the remaining here, what's the remaining here will be added here. This will take the remaining as the minutes, and this will take whatever that falls under the 24. This will take it as an hour. Okay, now we go down, then new period equals to am. We are done with that. Now new period equals to am. If new hour is greater than or equals to 12, new period is equals to pm. Remember earlier we said period to be pm, and then if it is pm, if period is pm, then that hour plus equals to 12. We add 12 to it, okay, to make it pm. Now we say on new period, we set it to am. Now we take if the new hour is greater than 12, greater than or equals to 12, because once it's reached 12 it have entered pm, which is the default of what we state here. We set the hour to be 12 or greater than. Now if the hour is greater than or equals to 12, automatically it is pm, because that is what we did. New period equals to pm, change to pm. Once the time reaches 12 hours, automatically change it to pm. Now if new hour is greater than or equals to 24 hours, equals to 24 hours, okay, new hour minus or equals to 24. I will explain. What's happened here is that new hour, if it is greater than 24, if it is equal to 24 or greater than 24, we minus 24 from it. Okay, we minus 24 from it, something like this. New hour. Okay, if it is equals to 24, maybe the new hour of the time is 24, 24, 24, just 24 hours. Okay, if it is equals to 24 hours, maybe 24.20. Okay, if it's equals to 24 hours, or let me just clean this. If it's equals to 24 hours, means the time has ended, the day has gone. We are now going to enter into another day. And if you're entering into another day, we have to wipe the whole time and then start afresh with a new time. Because without wiping the whole time, the day, any hour that added on that day, we add here. If the new day we entered, maybe peradventure we have added 1 hour. If we do not wipe this out, what will happen here is 24 plus 1, and automatically we are entering 25 hours, which does not exist in a normal time. Okay, so we need to wipe this and then set a new time. That is why we say new hour should be equals to, should be minus or equals to 24. Okay, if new hour, if new hour is equals to or greater than 24, something like this. If new hour is greater than 24, no, it's greater than 20, it's greater than or equals to 24. Okay, if new hour is greater than or equals to 24, then do this. We indent all these things, we indent them. Okay, if new hour is greater than 24, then new hour, if the new hour is greater than 24, which is if it is 24, then minus 24 from it. Okay, minus 24 from it, and then save others. Let's, maybe I know there's something like this, but if it is 24.2, then minus 24, and then the new hour will be new hour will be equals to 2, 002. 002, because you have minus the 24 from it by using this, and then store the 2. The new time starts counting from this to until it gets to the normal place it should be. That is what happened here. Okay, now here, if new hour is greater than 12, now we want to set the 12-hour format. Earlier we did the 24-hour format. Now we want to do the 12-hour format. Okay, now to do that, I will check if new hour is greater than 12. Okay, if it is greater than 12, then new hour should be minus or equals to 12. That's how that works. If new hour is greater than 12, then the new hour should be minus or equals to 12. The same thing we did here, the same thing we did here, because if it reaches 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 o'clock p.m., so we have to delete everything there and start from 1. So after counting 12, count 1, 2, 3, till if you reach 24 again, you start from 1, 2, something like that. Okay, if you reach 12, normal for 12 hours format, if you reach 12, wipe everything, start from 1 until you reach another 12, wipe everything, start from 1. That is how the 12-hour format work. That's what we are doing here. If it is greater than 12, the new hour should be minus equals to 12, and the new period should be equals to PM. Once it is greater than 12, we must have entered PM. Okay, that's what is happening here. If new hour is equals to 0. Okay, if new hour is equals to 0. Okay, new hour assign 12 in it. If new hour is equal to 0, means if it is equal to 0, then we assign 12 to it. Okay, we assign 12 to it. Okay, here we on the days letter. Okay, here day change equals to empty string. Okay, equals empty string. Because I'm going to pass in the changes here. That's why I said to be an empty string. Okay, now here, if starting day is not known, that is, if they provided a starting day, something like this, here, they provided the starting day, which is a Monday. This is the start, this is the duration, and this is the starting day. Okay, now if they provided a starting day, so we should do this. Days should be equals to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We state a variable called days. Now inside this variable, we fix in days from Monday to Sunday. Okay, now we say starting day index is equals to days dot index. Okay, now we set a variable called starting day. Now from this starting day, we want to pick a number from here as an index. Okay, we want to pick a number here. Starting day index equals to days. Okay, dot index, then in brackets starting day dot lower. Okay, we want to turn everything into a lowercase, then we capitalize the first letter. Okay, something like this. We did the first letter in capital letter, something like this in capital letter. We want to first turn it to a lowercase, then capitalize the first letter. Okay, to print it in a normal way. Now starting day index equals to days dot index, then starting day is this is the starting day, that's the name. Okay, now we take the index of the day, then in bracket again we take the starting day, which is the day they mention, it might be Monday, Tuesday or so. It might be Monday, Tuesday or so. Like here, they made mention of Monday. Here is Tuesday. Okay, that is what I mean by starting day. The index of the day. If the day is 1, then the day is 1. Then starting day is Monday. Then the Monday should be in capital letter here. Now here we say new day index equals to starting day index plus total minutes divided by 20, divided by this, which is 24 times 60. Then it gives us a number to divide with. So starting day index is this. If the starting day is 2, the index, if it's on Wednesday is 2, okay, because it starts from 0. If the starting day is 2, then here will be 2, okay. Now starting day index, which is 2, plus total minutes divided by whatever we get here. 24 hours makes a day, which is, this is a day. 24 hours times 60 minutes. 60 minutes, okay. Now 24 times 60 will give you a number. Then you divide it with the total minutes. The total minutes we calculated earlier. Here is it. The total minutes calculated by times 60 and this, okay. We give you the input here, the new day index. We start with this, okay. Now the day change, we set F bracket days new day index, okay. Days might be Monday. If it's on Monday, the new day changes, we select something like Monday and then 1. Monday will be 1 or 0, something like that. Monday and then 0 or 1, okay. Monday 1, something like that, okay. That is how we are going to do this. We check the new day index and then add it to the days, okay. Days, then we pick the index. Days, we pick the index, okay. We pick the index of that day, okay. Now we say days later equals to total minutes divided by whatever we get here. 24 hours make a day times 60. Whatever it gives us, we divide it with the total minutes, okay, which is the total minutes. Remember earlier we said total minutes is 760, okay. That we say 24 times 60 plus, okay, sorry, 24 times 60. 24 times 60 is equals to 1740. Okay, 1740 times the total minutes. Remember earlier we chose this as our total minutes when we did this. Our total minutes was 760. Now we'll say 760 divided by 1240. Okay, or let's just say divide by 760. This gives us a day and some hours, okay. This gives us a day and some hours. Now we say days later, the what we get will be stored on days later, okay. Now days later test is an empty string, okay. Now we say if days later is equals to 1, then days later test should be next day, okay. What will be written here, if days later is equals to 1, that is here, if the answer we got here, like we did and get a day and some hours, if is equals to 1 as the day, now days later will be equals to next day. It will be appended here as a next day. If days later is greater than 1, if it is greater than 1, then days later tests, what we'll do is days later, then days later. What happened here is the days later test, which is the days later, which is either 1 or 2, okay. If the days later is 1, just print out next day. But if it is greater than 1, print out the number here, okay. If it is greater, maybe if it is 2, now here will be 2 days later, okay. Here will be 2 days later, okay. Now we say new time is equals to, using the F range, new hour, new minutes, and then new period, new change. The new time, okay. The new time is something like new hour, the minutes. The 02 here simply means let the minutes not pass more than 2 digits. Okay, like normally we have, maybe if 1 hour we have one, maybe 01, the column. Okay, then we have maybe 40 or so. It should not pass more than something like that. Okay, let's say something like this. Normally our time, we normally have maybe something like 0130. Okay, 0130. What I mean by that 02, what we mean by this 02 means let this not pass more than 2. Okay, some might add something like this. Okay, we don't need something like this because we are calculating the minutes. Just remove only this and get these 2 as our minutes. Okay, now what's happened here is the new hour, which is what we calculated after we must have gotten the hour. Okay, the new hour, whatever it is. Now the new hour should be here. The new minutes, after we must have calculated the minutes. Now the minutes, here is the period AM or PM, and here is the day change and the days letter in text. Everything has been saved. We combine all of them and then save it on new time. Now we return new time. Once we return new time, everything should run correctly. If I should run it now, let's see. Okay, you can see there, you can see it's new, everything. 1:08 AM next day, run 12 tests. Okay, it have worked successful. Here is it, everything works successful. And the link of this code, the code which I created, this code, all of them, I will be giving out the link to my followers. If you're my follower on YouTube here, if you're a follower on YouTube, I will be giving you out this link, the code I have created. If you need the code, the file, I will give you the file once you are my follower. Okay, I'm giving that to my follower. Just subscribe to my channel only. Subscription, just subscribe to my channel, then I'll be dropping the link of my WhatsApp contacts. There you can contact me and let me know if you need the link of this code. Okay, if you need the documents of this code, just let me know, chat me up on WhatsApp and I'll give you the code. I'm not charging you, I'm not charging you, I'll just give you the code, but only if you are my follower. Notice I'll ask you for screenshots to prove that you are following me. If you're my followers, I'm giving them out this, okay, so they can practice on their own. Thank you guys, and if you like this video, simply click on that subscription button and also like my video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, okay, so that I will provide more videos. I have already made a video on arithmetic-formatter. If you haven't seen that, kindly go to my description. There I'll drop the link of the arithmetic-formatter. There you can get it, okay. And I have also made a video on the short way you can do this, okay, the shortcut way you can do this using ChatGPT. Okay, the link is on my video, is in this video tutorial, is in this video. Go to my description, you will see the link on how you can do this code as easy as using ChatGPT. Okay, I have done that already, and more videos are coming up, more projects are coming up. Just subscribe to my channel so you will notify whenever I upload more videos. Like within these few days I will upload the rest projects. Okay, thank you guys for being there. Thank you guys, and remember this.